Welcome back to the grind. I am really enjoying playing with my Black Panther Classic after his buff. Look at that beautiful damage off of that special 2. I know some people feel like he's underwhelming, but I've been playing him a lot more since I enjoy playing him, and we're taking him into a couple fights here in Act 7 with Shifting Immunity and Energy Adoption Fire, so you'll be gaining Incinerates, and Shake It Off so skill champions can remove them by dashing back, as well as Bleed Vulnerability. So Black Panther is a skill champion that can shrug off those debuffs and also has access to bleed, so you can take advantage of that bleed vulnerability when shifting immunity is outside of that phase. So with Black Panther, you want to intercept quite frequently throughout the fight, so you do want the champion and the AI to be a bit more on the aggressive side so that you can land those intercepts as often as possible. So playing Black Panther and getting good with Black Panther is actually going to make you a better player overall, because you'll be forced to learn how to do some intercepting, whether it's a dash back medium or a dash back light to land those intercepts, as well as just trying to intercept their dash when they are playing more passively and then start to dash in. And then once you get up to 15 cruelties and those 5 stacks, you want to build up to a special 2 and then launch it after as an intercept. As you can see, I threw it into a block, and that is a risk that sometimes is going to let you down. But once you get a little bit more used to it, obviously I'm not yet used to it, then you'll be able to land them a lot more frequently, and we'll see several in these clips. The other thing that is great about Black Panther is when you intercept, you will shrug off debuffs, so you don't even have to dash back to remove all of them. If you happen to stack up 3 or 4, when you dash back, you'll shrug one off, but then when you intercept, you'll shrug the rest of them off as well. So that is very handy, especially because Mr. Sinister in this fight actually throws off, actually puts onto you multiple debuffs, which you can shrug off by dashing back or by intercepting. So right now we're in the Panther's might, and we're maintaining it by intercepting as often as possible. And when we entered Panther's might, we didn't quite have all 15 stacks of the precision or cruelty, so we had a little bit less. And now we've run out of the Panther's might timer, and if we had built up to a special 3, we could have prolonged it a little bit more, or refreshed it, I should say. Now we're getting to 4 of these charges. We're launching a heavy attack to go into Panther's might, and now we are at a special 3. So when we launch that, you see that we're going to refresh our timer of Panther's might. And with the bleed immunity, as soon as you go into the phase that he is able to take bleed damage, you can see the damage starts to ramp up. So ideally, you want to time your special attacks, especially your special 2, during that phase where you have bleeds applied. And as soon as he goes out into bleed immunity, all of those bleeds are going to be lost, which does put Black Panther at a bit of a disadvantage and makes him maybe not the ideal champion for this lane, but there are a lot of things going for him, and I just have been really enjoying playing him in multiple different areas. So now we've got the bleeds on, we're building up to a special 2, we're getting into Assassin's range, we intercept with a special 2, and look at each of those hits did 17,000 damage. That means if he had enough health left, that last hit would have dealt 35 or 40,000 damage as well on top of that. So now we started this fight a little bit delayed in with the Red Guardian one because I didn't have the recording going, and we're already in Panther's might, and we're building up to a special 2, and then we go into a phase once we get the special 2 where we've actually lost Panther's might. So then I wanted to build back up to it before I launched my special 2, and we're actually also in the bleed immune phase, so it's also a good time to withhold that special 2. And then once we get up to those 5 charges and we want to throw off Panther's might, I'm almost at 3 bars of power, so I just launch the special 2 after the heavy attack, and the last hit actually lands almost 20,000 damage with that bleed on there as well. So the first few hits were a little bit underwhelming, but that last one gave us some good numbers. And now we're building back up to another special 2, intercepting as much as we can, and then we try to bait out a special attack. We go in, we dash back and launch that special 2 as an intercept and deal some huge damage against Red Guardian. And intercepting with the special 2 is different for each champion, but you can see here we dash back right before he hits us, we activate the special 2, and it counts as an intercept, and we land critical hits on every single hit and deal some huge damage with this 5-star champion in Act 7. And then we finish off with another hit. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Good luck if you are learning to play Black Panther, and I hope to see you in the next video.